win, the king of champions. The last one standing is Cuban. He does the job that he needs to do and get that fight on the exit. Absolutely brilliant.
We just witnessed the greatest moment in WoW's history as an esport. It was absolutely incredible.
Overcome the biggest team to win the Intel Extreme Masters.
Alright, welcome back. This is KellyMILKIES and joining me is TotalBiscuit. As you guys know, it's WeLoner versus MOOnGLaDe on Lost Temper. This is the second map of the Best of 5 series. Winner gets to go to IEM Grand Finals.
Oh yeah, gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen. MOOnGLaDe spawning right here in the pink trunks, playing Zerg to the west of the Lost Temple, versus his opponent Loner in the red trunks, playing Terran to the eastern side of the Lost Temple. And we saw MOOnGLaDe with a stalwart defense against that double barracks aggression of Loner. Loner caught, as far as I'm concerned, completely off guard by the amazing defensive drone work of his opponent, and then a counter-attack right for the throat. And you know what? Loner just couldn't handle it, so I have to wonder, are we going to see any adjustment of strategy right here from Loner?
Well, I think we're definitely going to see some heavier macro play by Loner because of the cleaves that are here. He can abuse dropships and really cause a lot of damage to the expansion of the Zerg player. As you guys know, that Lost Temper is not that such a favorable map for a Zerg player, but I guess we're going to see something interesting happen here.
Yeah, no question. Looking for a fast expansion right there, straight into it for MOOnGLaDe on 14 supply. That's a pretty damn standard fast expansion opening. Double barracks approach once again for Loner.
Oh, he's gonna do the same thing. I guess he's really confident of it. He's like, okay, whatever happens, I have to get my bunker up. If I get my bunker up, I'm gonna do so much more damage to him than I did the last round. So I think he's gonna try to sneak in and put on a bunker and be more careful this time. But I'm sure, you know, an experienced player like Glade would be patrolling the area here to make sure that he doesn't get contained by the Terran player, and he's gonna go out and scout now.
Yep, there you go. You see Overlord floating on its way. You got double Overlord coming out just to have a look around and see what they can see. He does need to keep a very close eye on the surrounding terrain. Bunker contained would be very unpleasant for him at this stage. He's already demonstrated that he can deal with it, but often when it comes to this kind of thing, it does come down to whether or not it is spotted in time. If it's not, then you're in massive trouble. You know, same thing applies to Protoss strategies like the 4 Gateway, Pocket Pylons and things like that. It does all come down to whether or not you are situationally aware and you know exactly what's going on. You see Loner scouts that fast expansion already. That SCV continues to hang around. It is alive for the moment, so bunker is a very real possibility right now. Needs to watch out for that.
I guess he's gonna put like a drone GPS right outside his base to make sure he doesn't get contained in. But you can see that he's bringing 1 Marine, 2 Marine, 3 Marines and 1 SCV out to Glade's base. So he's immediately putting down a Spine Crawler, which is the best reaction you can have as a Zerg player, is to put down more defenses so that you don't get contained. He's gonna kind of forget about. He's like, okay, you know what? I don't care if I get bunker rush. I'm just gonna stay in my base and macro up. If you're gonna contain me, I'm going to, you know, just stay in my base and build probably Muta earlier than you can drop me. He's gonna see this SCV coming in though.
Yep, there you go. Here comes the Marine aggression right here. Tries to take the Overlord, and it's not going to happen right now. Big fire coming in on the Spine Crawler. That Spine Crawler has got to finish. It's going to be up in about 1 second time. There you go. Spine Crawler is up, and Marines don't want to be anywhere near that one. So that's been repulsed very well there by MOOnGLaDe. Doesn't have to worry too much right now. His economy's in pretty good shape, and a response comes in from Loner. Here's the expansion. He knows that his opponent not really in a position to do anything about it right now, but bear in mind, this looks almost identical to the previous matchup, and we know exactly how it went for Loner.
Well, as you can see, you know, harvesters count, they're pretty even, and 21 harvesters up against 21 harvesters. I would say the Zerg player is behind because Terran player does have the Mew. He's researching speed only right now, so he doesn't have a Baning nest down yet, so we're gonna probably see that really soon since Loner is going for, again, he's going for a 4x Marine opening.
Indeed, and Baneling Nest being thrown down right here for MOOnGLaDe. This could end up in exactly the same way, although bear in mind, Loner's being a little bit more cautious, you might notice. He's not going in all the way. He's not going gung-ho straight on that Spine Crawler to get ripped apart by the Zerglings. But the problem is, the longer he waits, the more Zerglings are coming up for MOOnGLaDe.
Yeah, as you can see, he's going to send an Overlord into Scout to see what Loner is up to. He's gonna see the 4x and he's gonna be thinking like, I'm gonna look at his screen, he's gonna be thinking like, okay, this guy is gonna do the same thing he did against me last round. What should I do? Should I go for mass banelings again, or should I try to macro up? Because as you know, as a Zerg player, you always want to 1-up.
Yeah, no question about that. Pulls the drones off the line once again. Got to get him. Oh, Zappy. Oh, the blood is staining the ground right here. That spine crawler ain't going down right now. Here comes the surround. It's a good one as well. Loner with a great micromanagement. Dancing away, but it's not good enough. Oh, annihilated right there. And here we go. Moonglade with the counter-attack all the way across the map. What has he got to defend with?
I don't think he has much Marines. He has probably like 8 Marines going there. He's actually shooting his command center. I don't know if he realizes that. He's trying to put down a bunker.
An interesting strategy. Very interesting strategy. I have not seen that happen before. This could be a new innovative technique. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is a trick. That's exactly what it is. It's some kind of ruse deception. Oh, wow. Got to spot those Baneling morph, mass Baneling morph at the back there by Moonglade. You know, I can't help but notice that this is exactly what happened the last time. Bunkers are coming up on the way, and one will be up in time, but the other one will not be. That SCV will go down very rapidly. And here we go, straight into the line. Banelings. Need to get the Banelings in that line. It's got to happen. Get in there. Oh! There you go. Oh! The mineral line. So much blood. That is nasty, no question about that. Loner taking a massive hit from that. He survives only barely.
Well, the thing about actually going for double Rex Marine aggression, you not only would you try to take down the expansion of the Zerg player, you also want him to waste his economy. You want him to waste his economy on pumping out links to defend. As you can see right now, there's 32 harvesters for Loner up against Glade's 27 harvesters, so he's actually really far behind on harvesters count.
Yeah, no question. If you even look at resources lost, Loner has actually lost more than that. You do consider that, hey, you know, Banelings cost gas. Banelings are kind of pricey in comparison to Marines. So if you don't get a efficient use of Banelings, then it becomes wasteful and you end up just kind of like just running into the barrels of their guns. You waste all of your troops. You don't want that to happen. However, here's a head right there. Oh, double Overlord going down and a big supply block situation now for Moonglade. That will hold him back just a little bit.
Well, yeah, but you do see that he's definitely going for mass Marines again, and Glade is just going to react by making a lot of Banelings. But the thing is, he's kind of behind on economy. Not only is he behind on economy, he got himself supply block. He's going to transfuse his spine crawlers right now. He's going to want to take down... Oh, he's going to want to take down a Marines in the middle. Otherwise he's going to be in really big trouble. Here comes the Baneling.
Is he going to get the Banelings up in time? He's not. He's not getting the Banelings up in time at all. Loner with great situational awareness responding to that pack right there. Second expansion being thrown down for Moonglade, which is now incredibly vulnerable. He doesn't really have anything to deal with it. In fact, he's just got a single Baneling, and that's all he's got to defend with right now. Single spine crawler is not going to hold the line against those Marines. There's no question. Goes in right there. Mass firepower being brought down on the spine crawler, and down it goes. Bare minimum effort required. In comes the swarm. Banelings from the side. Not particularly... Oh, there you go, though. Rips the heart out of that force, but still not quite enough. Loner is inflicting massive pain right here on that hatchery. There's no way Moonglade's going to be able to stop that. 16 Zerglings on the way. By the time they're up, that hatchery is going down, and that is a major blow right here for Moonglade.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Loner's screen right now, and he doesn't actually realize that Glade has the Go expansion. So that might actually work in Glade's favor, but I don't see him coming back from this, having his expansion loss, because having a look at the harvest count, he's really far behind. Here comes the Benny. Benny's gonna get a Marine down, but but the
nasty.
Thing is, Loner
that was good stuff right there.
Yeah.
There come the drones from hell, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. And roasting those Marines in a very effective manner. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Moonglade should just be fighting with drones. Much more effective. Evidently very good with it. Although I must point out that he did just effectively show the Loner, Loner? What the hell am I talking about? Loner, for God's sake. The fact that he does have a gold mineral expansion. If you saw the large number of drones moving up there, if Loner was paying any attention, he has now got to be aware that there is a gold mineral expansion up right now, and that could potentially be vulnerable. Although, I have to say, Moonglade does have map control back right now, thanks to holding onto that Zelnaga watchtower and the Speedlings out of there. So Loner forced to hold back for the time being. But that is a lot of economic damage done. Loner is so far ahead in terms of the harvester count.
See, he's kind of thinking to himself. He said, okay, if I do drone up now, because, okay, he has 34 drones up against 60 SCVs of Loner, he's thinking to himself, okay, if I do drone up now, if Loner makes a push, I'm not going to have enough larvae to make army, because as you know, the most expensive thing in a Zerg army isn't gas, it is the larvae. If he does spend everything on drones, he's not going to have enough to defend, so he has to be really smart on how he's going to split what he builds.
Yeah, it is a difficult decision, folks. There's no question about that. And he is certainly behind right now. There's no question. And Loner's going to take full advantage of that. He has an armory coming up. He's got a starport coming up. He's got a couple of Hellions, plus Infernal Pre-Igniter, which, of course, will give him a massive advantage against those Speedling forces. Infernal Pre-Igniter is not up right now, but Loner is rolling out. He's got Stim. He's got Combat Shield. Those Marines now incredibly durable, as well as an awful lot of firepower available. Goes for the surround right there. Takes the Hellions out, and unfortunately running right into the barrels of those guns.
Oh well, here comes the Bailing and...
Bailing Morph coming in from the side. Oh, there you go, cracking his way through the start. Oh, yes, that is good stuff, but still Marines continue to survive. I don't know if that was actually an efficient use of Bailings. I would call it not, if I'm entirely honest with you.
Well, he's gonna upgrade his Bailings right now because he couldn't actually catch an army behind, and Loner has so many racks. Have a look at how many racks he has. He actually has 6 racks, and 4 of them are on reactors. Can you imagine like how much Marines can they pump out?
So many Marines. Centrifugal hooks upgrade will be fairly critical here, as will some creep spread to ensure that he actually has the speed to get in there before he's forced to get gunned down. Infernal Pre-Igniter is on the field. Not quite enough to deal with those surrounding Zerglings, although Marines certainly will be. That is a lot on the field as well. He actually has 30, and he's producing 10 right now simultaneously.
Well, he's in so much trouble right now because he's so far behind on Harvester's count. He is almost half of what Loner has. He has 36 Harvesters up against 64 Harvesters of Loner. He really has to find a way to balance it. But I think this game, it's going to be really hard for Glade to come back.
Indeed, he's going to have to get a very decisive blow with the Bailings, and even then, if he doesn't have enough units to follow up, then he's going to be in a massive amount of trouble. You see the split right there? Bailings from the side, it's good, it's very, very good, takes out a good force right there, but Loner with a fantastic split. He's still got Marines left. Therein lies the problem, because honestly, MOOnGLaDe doesn't have an awful lot to actually defend with Bailing Morph right next to it, but he's going to lose that expansion if he's not careful. Loner pulls back a little bit. Bailing's almost complete. Will it be enough to save it? 25%, 20% from the back. It's good, but it's not quite good enough.
I think this is GG because he's so far behind on economy. I really hope that he can find a way to come back, but I just don't see how he can because he doesn't have enough minerals and he's just pumping out, you know, pumping out Speedlings all the time to try to defend. Here comes the Steam Pack again from the Marines, and you do see that, you know, taking down everything pretty easily because they do have to upgrade. So he says GG.
There you go, folks. Good game, ladies and gentlemen. Loner equalizes one of his best of 5 series, and as you were saying before, it was just so far behind. If he'd come back from that, I would have been absolutely amazed, but it just wasn't going to happen with such an economic advantage in the favor of the Terran, and he saw the Terran took full advantage of it.
Well, he went for the same... The funny thing is, he went for the exact same build again, and this time, I guess what made the difference was he was able to hold out the counter push from Glade, and Glade didn't actually take the advantage from the fact that he was ahead at the start, and he let Loner kind of macro up.
Yeah, bear in mind that it's a much nicer map to actually defend the natural expansion on as opposed to Xel'Naga. Xel'Naga has such an open natural expansion, very vulnerable to fast units like Speedlings, as opposed to the Lost Temple, where you can bottle them in, you can create choke points, which is exactly what it was doing with the bunkers. Bear in mind, it didn't even matter that the bunkers weren't actually up. The fact of the matter is they were there, and they were actually creating a bottleneck situation. So the Speedlings were having trouble getting in there, which meant the Marines were able to pour on the firepower, survive much longer than they were able to on the Xel'Naga cavern expansion. So ultimately the Speedlings were defeated in that scenario, as opposed to on Xel'Naga, where they were able to completely clean out that expansion.
Yeah, the thing is, Lost Temple by itself is already such a disadvantage map for a Zerg player, and the fact that, you know, Glade kind of overinvested in so many Zerglings at the start just made him so behind on economy, and he just couldn't catch up. Well,
yeah, no question
Marines
about it.
are Terran's best unit, though. So.
Well, they deal well with everything. You know, some people have said Marines counter everything. I do not really blame people for saying that, honestly. They do an awful lot. Bear in mind that by the end of that, he'd already got +1 and +1. He had armor and weapon on that. He had level 2 armor and weapon coming up. That's what he dumped the armory down for. And at that point, you just get such a large ball, particularly supported by Medivacs, as we saw at the end. And it's just this. You've got to get something better than Zerglings and Banelings at that point. If your economy's at the same kind of rate as your opponent, sure, Zergling, Baneling, no problem at all. But if you are so far behind that you have half the harvester count, you're not going to be able to match that. You're just going to spend your Banelings and you're going to throw away your army, and he's just going to come back with yet more Marines, and like it ain't no thing. He's got the money for it. He was happy about it, and he was able to just keep spending those Marines and eventually overwhelm his opponent.